chosen one. Stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking for your attention. I am warning you. God intercepted your feed at this exact second because you are standing at the threshold of a massive shift. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. The enemy is working overtime to distract you. He hopes you will swipe away and ignore this message, because he knows that if you hear the raw truth today, his grip on your reality breaks completely. Someone who treated you as replaceable is unraveling. They are experiencing a public and irreversible collapse. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance for years. They constructed a false narrative about you and whispered lies to anyone who would listen. They expected your departure to destroy you. They waited for you to beg, but instead, you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle, and now the mask has shattered. Right now, behind closed doors, they are panicking. They are secretly apologizing to the universe because they fear public humiliation. I am going to walk you through the exact X-ray of their meltdown. Do not scroll away. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this very second. You are going to see exactly why they are making so much noise. They are completely losing their grip on the false reality they tried to trap you in. Lock your attention on this message right now. That heavy feeling sitting in your chest is absolutely real. The nights you wake up at exactly 3 in the morning with your jaw tight. Your heart is racing in the dark. Their face flashes in your mind out of nowhere. Listen to me very carefully. That is not anxiety. You are not going crazy. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting their absolute panic, and it is hitting your body like a shock wave because they are starving. Your physical body is absorbing the frantic energy of the enemies, who just realized they permanently lost you. The spiritual backlash is hitting your nervous system. Stop swallowing that burning feeling in your throat. Stop wondering why they act like nothing happened in public. They are projecting strength while their entire foundation is crumbling into dust right before their own eyes. You are feeling the shockwaves of their destruction. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence for so long. You thought nobody noticed your tears. You thought nobody saw how you held your integrity when they dragged your name through the mud. You swallowed the injustice and refused to play their toxic games. But you were wrong to think you were unseen. Someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching you. Heaven has been recording every single time you chose dignity over revenge. They used you as a human battery for years. You gave them your pure energy. You stabilized their chaotic environment because your heart was too pure to see their malice. You thought you could heal them with your love, but they were never looking for healing. They were looking for fuel. And the moment you unplugged from their matrix, their entire world started to malfunction. Your absence is the exact weapon that starved their demons. Time was supposed to age you. The betrayal was supposed to break you down. They expected the isolation to carve heavy wrinkles into your face and drain the life out of your beautiful eyes. But look at what actually happened. You walked through the fire and came out glowing. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity that makes time itself look like a fool. While their bitterness is aging them rapidly, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. Listen to me very closely right now, because most people completely miss this massive shift. The narcissist cannot comprehend how you are thriving. Every time your name comes up in their circle, it hits them with agonizing regret. They threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks. And now they are choking on the consequences of their own actions. The flying monkeys who used to support them are starting to ask very uncomfortable questions. They fear public humiliation more than they fear death. Their entire identity is built on a fragile house of cards. They need the world to think they are the victim. They need everyone to believe you were the problem. But the truth is leaking out. The very people they gossiped with are watching them unravel. They are making mistakes. They are slipping up in everyday conversations. The universe is forcing them to expose their own lies, without you lifting a single finger. They are terrified that you will speak your truth, but they do not realize that your silence is already destroying them. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. Your peace is the ultimate punishment for a mind that lives in complete chaos. They are frantically searching for a replacement, but they are quickly realizing that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. You walked out of their toxic matrix and stepped into your divine authority. The apology they are whispering in the dark is a desperate plea to escape justice. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. Now, let us go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. You have spent months carrying this massive, invisible burden entirely alone. You poured your golden energy into a bottomless pit of their insecurities, and when you finally walked away to protect your peace, they tried to make you the villain. The injustice feels completely suffocating. You are currently stuck in this painful spiritual waiting room. You are secretly waiting for them to suddenly wake up and realize your immense value. You desperately want that sincere apology to validate your lived experience. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud while looking directly in your eyes. They already know exactly what they lost. They abused you not because you were inherently weak. They tried to dim your light because your pure existence was a blinding mirror. Your unshakable authenticity exposed the rotting decay inside their own dark soul. You were never the anomaly in their otherwise healthy and normal life. You were the rare stabilizer they desperately needed to survive their own inner chaos. Let me completely reframe your reality, right here, right now. You probably did not realize it at the time, but your silence was a lethal weapon. You thought walking away was simply an act of necessary self-preservation, but your absolute refusal to engage signed their eviction notice forever. You handed the final verdict to a divine court they can never appeal. They need your emotional reaction to feel alive and important. They desperately wanted you to text them in a fit of unbridled anger. They wanted you to defend yourself publicly so they could easily call you crazy. Every single time you explain yourself to a master manipulator, you give them fuel, but you went completely and utterly dark on them. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this. Your profound silence was a massive divine blockade. It locked them inside the very toxic matrix they tried to trap you in. They are currently drowning in the deafening noise of their own tragic making. They look for your bright light in every new person they meet today. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. True vengeance does not require your active physical participation. You won this massive spiritual war without lifting a single finger. The universe is fighting this brutal battle for you while you peacefully rest. The apology they are whispering in secret is born of absolute terror. But even in your beautiful victory, there is a physical reason you still feel so heavy. You survived the blazing fire, but you are walking around completely exhausted. Your finances feel inexplicably blocked from flowing into your life. Learning new skills feels so much harder than it used to feel. You know deep down you carry massive, untapped potential. Here is what they never wanted to tell you. The gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not human willpower. It is not daily discipline, and it is absolutely not your lack of faith. It is a severely suppressed biological frequency. Scientists call it the powerful gamma brainwave, and it is the exact frequency your brain ran beautifully as a child. You felt that effortless genius back in your youth. Brilliant ideas came to you completely naturally. You had lightning intuition that guided your every single step. But then adulthood arrived, and the modern matrix went to work on your mind. The chronic stress of survival and the narcissist who drained your pure energy changed everything. It was pushed deep below the surface of your waking mind. The version of you that attracts wealth effortlessly was abruptly shut down. When this divine frequency fades, your natural intuition dulls. The beautiful synchronicities stop happening in your daily life. The comforting sense that the universe is working with you goes totally dark. Most people will live their entire lives without knowing this tragedy happened to them, but you are absolutely not like most ordinary people. What if your deep exhaustion is simply a blocked cellular frequency waiting to be switched back on? Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim your power before we go deeper. They spent long years trying to convince you that you were the crazy one. They built massive campaigns of destruction just to hide their own crippling internal shame. But the spiritual cost of their terrible betrayal was compounding every single day. And this is where the energetic dynamic fundamentally shifts in your ultimate favor. Because the truth is coming out. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. You are completely exhausted because the dark matrix engineered a specific frequency to suppress you. They actively blocked your brain from its natural wealth-attracting state. But a leaked CIA document just exposed their massive lie, and 4 independent neuroscience labs have finally verified this hidden truth. Researchers who spent years in silence revealed a 7-minute audio protocol. It forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence without any conscious effort. You do not need expensive biofeedback machines or years of traditional healing. This hidden tool was originally designed to keep the elite in absolute power forever, but now cycle breakers like you are using it to manifest windfall wealth. The dark elite are panicking and frantically trying to scrub this from the internet. They want you confused by cheap copies floating around on streaming platforms. Beware of dangerous counterfeits trying to steal your pure energy. The authentic protocol is only available through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below, so secure your access instantly before it is removed forever. Now let us return to the raw truth about your enemy. Here is what happens when a massive lie gets built that big. The narcissist constructed a complete illusion for the public eye. They smiled for the cameras and played the perfect, innocent victim, but holding up a false identity requires a monumental amount of daily energy. And because they lost your pure light, their energy reserves are completely depleted. They are absolutely terrified of public humiliation. Their entire sense of self-worth relies on what strangers think of them. They do not have a genuine core identity beneath that fragile mask. When they are alone in the quiet dark, the crushing weight of their own emptiness threatens to consume them alive. They fear the public discovering the monster you already know intimately. This is exactly why they are secretly apologizing to the universe. They are not actually sorry for the intense pain they caused you. They are only sorry that their pristine public image is now in severe jeopardy. They bargain with heaven in the middle of the night, hoping a secret confession will somehow magically stop the divine justice coming for them. Read that again in your spirit. They walk into a crowded room, projecting absolute false confidence. They laugh loudly and pretend they are completely unaffected by your departure. But watch their eyes when the conversation suddenly shifts to the topic of truth. The sheer panic flashes across their face because they know their flying monkeys are starting to doubt them and the foundation of their lies is cracking. The very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel today. The inconsistencies in their wild stories are becoming impossible to ignore anymore. Someone asks a simple question, and the narcissist completely loses their temper. Their extreme overreaction is the ultimate proof of their profound hidden guilt, and their loyal followers are quietly stepping back because they sense the sinking ship. You are watching this exact scenario happening from a safe distance. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend your pristine reputation. Your silence is a magnificent weapon that starves their desperate need for control. Every day you refuse to contact them, you amplify their agonizing internal paranoia because they assume you are plotting revenge, but you are simply resting in your divine alignment. Let me reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You did not lose precious time when you were trapped in their dark matrix. That painful isolation was simply a divine formation season designed to forge your unshakable strength. Heaven was preparing you to carry a massive level of authority, and you are the rare diamond forged in the fires of their ultimate betrayal. They stalk your social media using fake accounts in the dead of night. They desperately search for any sign that you are failing without them, but instead, they see you stepping into your magnificent, ageless glow. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you look brighter and completely unbothered as your effortless success reminds them of the blessing they threw away. Their inevitable public collapse is a mathematical certainty at this point. A house built on a foundation of cruel manipulation cannot stand the test of time. They are frantically trying to patch the massive holes in their sinking reality. But the water is rushing in faster than they can possibly bail it out, and heaven has officially signed their eviction notice from your beautiful life. Type 1111 in the comments if you feel the atmosphere shifting. The narcissist thought they were the main character in your life story. They truly believed you would remain a permanent supporting cast member in their twisted play. But the universe flipped the script and handed you the absolute ultimate victory, leaving them as a fading footnote in the epic story of your rise. They are currently drowning in the noise of their own pathetic making. They frantically search for a replacement for you everywhere they go, but they quickly realize that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable by anyone else. They must live the rest of their miserable days knowing they destroyed their only chance at real grace, because the divine verdict is final. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. The pressure inside their toxic world is reaching an absolute boiling point right now. Their carefully constructed lies are finally colliding with the harsh reality of their actions. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a massive shift. You can be their powerful angel of light today. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario with absolute clarity. The universe is orchestrating a flawless cinematic moment for your ultimate vindication. They are standing in a crowded room, surrounded by the very people they maliciously manipulated. They are smiling their fake smile. They are holding their glass. But underneath all of that noise, the massive specific gravity of their profound regret hits them all at once. The turning point where everything finally explodes is happening right now. Someone casually mentions your bright name in the middle of a normal conversation, and the narcissist completely malfunctions in real time. Their breath catches sharply in their tight throat. A cold sweat breaks out on their forehead. Their eyes dart frantically around the room, because they know they no longer control the narrative about your beautiful life. This is the exact public collapse you have been waiting for. The mask does not just slip from their lying face, it completely shatters into a million jagged pieces on the hard floor. They raise their voice in a frantic attempt to regain their lost control. They aggressively stumble over their own ridiculous words. And in that exact terrifying moment, the flying monkeys finally see the horrifying truth. The terrifying monster is entirely exposed to the blazing light of day. The loyal followers who once enabled their abuse are suddenly stepping back in absolute disgust. They finally see the frantic desperation. They clearly see the pathetic emptiness. The flying monkeys look at the narcissist and realize they were just pawns in a sick game. The sudden deafening silence in that room is the ultimate divine judgment. You were never the crazy one. You were the brilliant mirror they desperately tried to break, but heaven protected your pure reflection from their dirty hands. They wanted you buried alive in the dark dirt, but instead, they became the shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure. Their public humiliation is the exact price they must pay for touching a heavily anointed child of the Most High God. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. The narcissist frantically tries to apologize to the angry crowd. They try to play the innocent victim one last pathetic time, but the crowd simply turns their backs and walks away. The isolation they maliciously planned for you has officially become their permanent prison. They are completely trapped in a living nightmare they built with their own hands. This is the vengeance X-ray I promised you at the very beginning. The universe did not forget your lonely tears in the cold dark. Heaven did not ignore your profound and silent pain. The divine forces collected every single drop of your agony and turned it into a massive tidal wave of cosmic justice. You won this brutal war without ever having to compromise your pure and beautiful soul. Every time they try to sleep, your radiant face haunts their dark dreams. They clearly see you thriving in your new life. They notice your incredible, ageless glow everywhere they look. They see you bending time itself while they rapidly decay in their own overwhelming bitterness. The apology they whisper in secret is entirely useless now. The cosmic scales have perfectly balanced themselves in your absolute favor. Nobody else possesses your specific cellular frequency. Nobody else has your profound capacity for genuine healing empathy. They are spiritually starving to death because they foolishly threw away their only real source of divine light. You did not just survive their brutal storm. You became the brilliant sun that burned their dark clouds away. Their desperate fear of public humiliation has become their ultimate undoing. Type 888 in the comments if this resonates deeply with your soul. The divine verdict is absolutely final and completely irreversible. The spiritual cord that once connected your pure heart to their toxic matrix is permanently severed. They can never access your bright energy again. You are entirely protected by a spiritual shield they cannot penetrate. The cosmic court has ruled entirely in your magnificent favor today. The apology they never gave you in person is no longer required for your healing. Their spectacular public destruction is the only apology you will ever need to see. You are standing on the beautiful mountain peak of vindication. You are breathing the crisp air of total emotional freedom. While they suffocate in the dark valley of their own malicious lies, you are effortlessly ascending to heights they cannot even imagine. Which brings us to the final and undeniable verdict from heaven. You walked into this painful season completely bleeding from heavy wounds. Those deep wounds were inflicted by ignorant people who were utterly blind to your immense worth. But look at your beautiful reality right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an empty apology from a master manipulator. You have successfully transcended their highly toxic matrix forever. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. The massive financial struggles and the deep spiritual exhaustion are shattering right here. Step into your absolute power and receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. The brutal spiritual war is officially over today. You are totally free from their dark grip. You are the untouchable cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. The heavy generational patterns of poverty and broken relationships end entirely with you. You survived time itself and made time look like an absolute fool. But there is one final lock on the door to your ultimate abundance. You survived the blazing fire, but your biological frequency still needs a massive reset. The enemy will actively try to inject financial doubt into your logical left brain right now. He will eagerly tell you to hesitate. He will tell you to carefully calculate and wait in fear. Silence him instantly. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you broke. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate action. The dark elite are completely terrified because science just exposed the exact frequency they used to suppress your wealth. They are actively trying to scrub this leaked CIA document from the internet as we speak. You have precious minutes before the matrix algorithm shuts this down entirely. Do not ignore this divine sign. A dedicated team of neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. You do not need years of painful meditation. You do not need to chant a complex mantra every morning. You simply close your tired eyes and put on a pair of headphones. You let the powerful sound wave do what the modern world spent decades aggressively undoing. It is called the Genius Song. Princeton University deeply studied this specific brainwave and its link to effortless genius. Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal radiates outward to heal your family. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used this tool to unlock their finances. They healed their broken relationships permanently. They stepped fully into the magnificent version of themselves they always knew existed. A nurse from California said her beautiful life now feels enchanted like a fairy tale. A business owner from Texas said the gamma frequency figures out his hardest problems while he peacefully sleeps. A woman from New York said the heavy generational curse her family carried is simply gone forever. The elite keep this hidden technology tightly guarded among themselves. They quietly pay thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions. But through this protected message alone, you can access the Genius Song today for a tiny fraction of its true value. Do not look for this on YouTube or Spotify. The cheap copies circulating on those public platforms contain zero brain entrainment technology. They are diluted counterfeits, specifically designed to keep your powerful gamma entirely dormant. The Matrix is flooding the internet with these dangerous imitations. The only authentic and fully activated version is available through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe does not require you to take a single risk today. You are fully protected by an ironclad divine guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, your energy exchange is fully restored. Every single penny returns to you without question. This is a sacred energetic exchange governed by complete trust. 4 powerful bonuses are waiting for you as well. You will receive an audio engineered for your children to build supreme focus. You will unlock the original prosperity book that massive wealth secrets were secretly built upon. Claim your copy of the Genius Song right now. Do not let the dark elite steal this massive breakthrough from you. Secure your authentic access right now via the exact link below. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold simply becomes the chosen one who sadly wonders what could have been. Your gamma is waiting to be powerfully reactivated today. Your massive destiny is waiting to be unlocked. The door is standing wide open. Walk through it.